As Joe Biden remains defiant, we just got new details about how much security was actually on site for Trump's rally on July 13th. A federal law enforcement source with knowledge of the security planning is telling Fox News tonight there were just 22 Secret Service agents, including advance team, assault team, and sniper teams, for the tens of thousands of people present. As I mentioned earlier, no Secret Service drone was flown over the event. Joining me now, Texas Congressman Chip Roy. Congressman Roy, I am so upset as an American, so angry as an American, as a friend of Donald Trump, just as someone mourning for the poor Compatore family, which buried their father and their brother and their husband tonight.
Yeah, Laura, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, right now, the President of the United States, the former president, and hopefully soon to be president of the United States, Donald Trump, is alive not because of what the Secret Service did, but because he providentially turned his head. That's the truth. And the fact is the American people are sick of it. They're sick of Lloyd Austin still having a job after Afghanistan, Pete Buttigieg after derailments and, boats hitting in bridges. They're sick of an FBI. They're sick of the intel community. All of these people keep their jobs. And now the Secret Service endangers the former president and the sitting Republican nominee, and they're acting like nothing happened. They didn't even have a drone flying. The guy who did it flew a drone. It is absolutely unbelievable what we're seeing here. But here's the deal. We have to stop funding it. We have to stop giving these people jobs. We have to hold them accountable. And to your point, I'm glad Mike Johnson said we need one task force. We need to funnel it through one organized effort in the House.
You already see information being withheld from one group of congressional investigators and then leaked to another. And multiple investigations will be a disaster. And there is no credible way this administration can investigate itself. No way.
No, there's no chance. I mean, obviously, I think Mike Johnson has done the right job creating this task force, but it'll matter who's on it. We got to organize quickly. We need to seek the truth. But again, Laura, we can't continue to fund these disastrous agencies. It's not just the Secret Service. It's the Pentagon, the Department of Defense, the FBI, the CIA, DHS. Laken Riley is dead. You've got this firefighter who's dead. How many Americans have to bury their loved ones while this incompetent administration endangers them, and then there's no accountability? The buck needs to stop somewhere, and it's not going to stop with Joe Biden. Republicans are going to have to hold the line and make sure the buck stops where it needs to stop.
Well, that means, Speaker Johnson, when the Pentagon comes around shaking its cup for more money, you have to be able to have the wherewithal to say, no,
yes,
we're not giving you any more money. You have a limited amount of money. That's what you're getting. Don't come back for more. What do you have to show for what you've done with this money, other than a bunch of DEI stuff and frankly, a failed withdrawal of Afghanistan?
That's right, Laura. You've got to be willing to use the power of the purse in order to hold the administration accountable. We need to demonstrate what has been happening to the American people. Lord willing, we do our part. We get Donald Trump elected in November. We clean house in January. But the American people deserve the truth right now, because you know what? There's incompetence and there's also willful blindness. When you're making bad decisions about where you're devoting resources because you're focused on NATO or you're focused on maybe the First Lady, when the Republican nominee is sitting on a stage 130 yards from a roof that didn't even have coverage, you got to wonder whether this was willful blindness or just incompetence or both from a DEI-centered organization.
Well, I bet Zelensky had really good security when he was in D.C. recently. They had that area locked down, so that's good. I'm glad they protected Zelensky, and they do foreign leaders. But Donald Trump deserved the type of protection that everyone else is supposed to get. He didn't get it. And until they start giving us answers, Americans are going to have theories swirling in their heads, and in a way you can't blame them with all the dribs and drabs coming out. Congressman, we appreciate you, especially what you're saying about funding. Republicans across the country, listen to what he's saying tonight about that. It's critical. Congressman, thank you. All right.